Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the AskRebecca radio show. Thanks for joining me. I hope everyone is doing well. This past week was pretty crazy energetically, mentally, physically, and emotionally. Lots going on all around the world and with everyone. Some positive things and maybe some not so positive things. You may have experienced some sort of a new beginning, which is nice and positive. It could have come on the heels of some challenges, which may not have been as positive, but ultimately the outcome was, right? And that's what we need to focus on. Maybe you found yourself feeling inspired to write or create, maybe even keeping a list of aha moments or things that you want to get accomplished or ideas that you have for doing anything, something. So I just feel like I see people journaling and writing things down. So I just feel like between all of that inspiration and it flowing through us, there needed to be some sort of an outlet. And if you didn't have an outlet by actually writing it down, then you may have been stuck in your head a little bit more and constantly overthinking because you're trying to remember all your ideas and what you want to basically remember. So write those things down, get them on a piece of paper, dictate on your phone, figure it out, get it out of your head so that more ideas can flow through and you can write those down then as well. All right, so the downside to this energy, it was emotional. So there may have been some emotional days where maybe you felt like you were spiraling out of control, or maybe you were witnessing other people spiraling out of control due to high emotions. And with that high emotion, it could have then took on a physical toll on you as well. Because, let's face it, a lot of times when we're crying or we're upset or we're emotional, and especially when it's intense, then a lot of times we do feel physically exhausted. We'll feel tired. We can even feel fatigued in the body or even have muscle soreness. And if you weren't feeling emotional, then maybe it was more physical in nature for you, like sleepless nights. I feel like the energy has been so intense, it's been a little hard to sleep. But everybody kind of interprets and integrates this energy in a different way. So maybe you were sleeping like a rock, and while others were having sleepless nights. I do feel like we still have this cold and flu symptoms going around. So you could have been dealing with that. You could have had stress-related body symptoms. A lot of times when we're stressed, then we're bloated. We've got a lot of inflammation in the body with stress, or our blood pressure, all of those things. You could have had side effects from stress in your body. You may have dealt with some confusion and disappointment around love and or money. Reality may have set in that things are not as good as you thought or hoped they were. And there may have been some periods of low self-esteem as well due to this energy. So this mixed bag of energy just may have been pushing you backwards while you were trying to take steps forward. So it was a lot of crazy, wild energy. You saw it playing out in the news. You probably witnessed it in your own life and witnessed it with people around you. Quick admin note before I get into this week's intuitive messages. I'm doing a crystal bowl energy meditation and mimosas event on a Saturday, February 8th. You will be able to join through live video, so it doesn't matter where you are. And if you can't make it in person, as long as you register, you can either join live while I do the meditation, or you'll have access to the recorded version where you can receive energy work remotely and meditate to it at any time. And after the meditation, a group of us will be going to Casadega for their gala day to check out all the metaphysical offerings for different types of readings. Those of you not aware, Casadega is a little town here in Florida, in the Orlando area, exclusive to everything metaphysical and spiritual. They have a haunted hotel and all sorts of neat things to explore, experience, and purchase. So they do all kinds of cool stuff. They do seances and anything you could think of, they probably do it out there. All right, let's get into what you can expect from tonight, January 30th through to February 6th as an overall theme, and then areas of love, work, finances, health, and spirituality. General themes. This week has an energy of secrecy surrounding love and money. So this could be positive or negative. It could show up in your life in both ways. It may not show up for everybody. The positive way that it could show up is, a sweet secret surprise, like getting proposed to, or a negative way could be finding out your spouse has secretly been gambling your life savings away. So it could be really kind of two different extreme versions, good, bad, minor, major. Again, everybody's kind of on their own journey and their own path, so it really could play out in different ways. And for some of you, you won't experience this energy at all, or at least it won't manifest in that way. This week, we move into the month of February, and the first week is the best time to launch anything new since we will be going into Mercury retrograde on February 16th, and the shadow period actually begins this Sunday, February 2nd. So you'll start picking up on that retrograde energy with each passing day as we get closer to the 16th. And, I just want to say with the whole retrograde, because I see online a lot and I see a lot of people always talking like, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, like it's the worst thing. Remember, you are a creator of your reality. So whatever you believe and whatever you're putting your energy into is what is going to manifest in your life. So if you really have like this hang up about Mercury retrograde and that everything always goes wrong when you are in Mercury retrograde, or you catch yourself saying things, oh my God, Mercury retrograde, well, you're going to have a negative experience, right? So my caution with Mercury retrograde is just always anything to do with launching something new. I always recommend try to do it before or after. Otherwise, there's a lot of positive aspects to retrogrades. Anyway, let me move on. As always, recently with this new energy coming into the planet, there are new opportunities and new revelations. Some of you will be feeling very motivated in areas of work and career. You'll be very goal oriented. You'll be determined. You'll be ambitious. Not just in work and career, but in many areas of your life. So if you've been wanting to, change up your lifestyle with a new health routine, well, then you're going to be really motivated for that. If career is the focus right now, well, then that's going to be it. If it's your spiritual journey, that will be it. And maybe it'll be a combination of different things. So lots of strong positive energy in that way. One of the challenging things that could happen for some of you this week is a situation collapsing in on itself. It could be a dramatic and shocking event. It could affect you and it could affect others. It could bring confusion. It could bring chaos. It's basically this energy that is shattering old patterns and causing you to make a significant change. And this may not affect everyone. And again, it will affect people in different ways. So for you, it could be something minor. For someone else, it could be something major. But this energy is just coming because, we are shifting big time, and it's time to raise our vibration and our consciousness and move into this new planetary energy. And so all of the old has to basically come about, right? It has to be recognized. It has to be witnessed. So basically all the shadow side of things is coming up and out, and that includes those parts of yourself. So I feel again like this can happen on a small scale, but I also can't help but feel like this could be tied to something big happening in the world that affects many emotionally. Very similar maybe to the recent passing of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and the other children and parents on board. That was an event that was shocking, and it affected many people. Many people, it affected me because I'm a parent. I lost a child, so I know what that's like. So it could trigger emotions within people. So we could see other events like this transpiring on a global scale, and it could also happen within your life. And I feel it could also maybe be some sort of earth event or a weather event. There's been lots of earthquake activity recently and just lots of different changes. And, that's not to fearmonger. That's just telling it like it is and the reality of the situation. But the beautiful part is we do create our reality, and what we put our energy and our focus on is what we can manifest. So stay away from the fear, focus on the love, feel what you need, let it come up and move on. This week, integrity will be a theme as well. Yours and others will be tested. So integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, as well as the state of being whole and undivided. You could see some division. You could feel incomplete and unworthy. You may see dishonesty and a lack of morals. You may be looking at your own and others. Your dishonesty or morals could come into question, right? I mean, dishonesty, a little lie is no different from a big lie. So a lie is a lie. Being dishonest is being dishonest. So again, it could just show up through different ways. Another way that I feel like this could come up with integrity is through competition and conflict. With competition, are we cheating? Right? So that's where dishonesty and a lack of morals could come in as well. So again, it'll pop up in multiple different ways. Work, for those of you employed, conflict, disputes, and arguments, minor to major, could be showing up for some of you this week. The energy is prime for small issues to get blown out of proportion. You may also be taking extra measures and steps to protect your own integrity or reputation because you feel someone is working against you. And you may also be facing some sort of competition at work or with work. Those of you that are looking for a job, I'm not feeling too much here this week, except that a new motivation pushes you forward to find work. So again, it's like this energy that all of a sudden just kind of forces you to move forward. And I just feel like you're feeling more pumped. You're feeling more motivated to find a job, right? Love, those of you in a committed relationship and dating seriously, some minor conflict could surface for some, but it's the time of conflict. But it's the kind of conflict that is actually beneficial to your relationship because you're learning about each other and you're learning how to compromise and you're learning how to communicate. So try not to make a bigger deal out of whatever comes up and just learn from the situation. Some of you could be dealing with some sort of pressure, so you can learn to set boundaries. Again, integrity comes into play as well here, where some of you may need to be honest and let someone know that you're just not that into them, or let them know what's eating at you, what's bothering you, what you're feeling, what you need, right? And those of you that are single and looking for love, I'm not picking up too much here, except that you need to be patient. Patience, yay, everybody loves that. Finances, some may be dealing with some money difficulties, while others, money will be flowing, and you may be looking into purchasing a new car or purchasing tickets for a vacation that you're planning, maybe over the summer or sooner. And I feel like some others will be paying off debt with any extra cash that they have. Health, a group of you could be dealing with physical pain. Another issue that could be coming up is a dietary change. Well, not even an issue, but I just feel like some of you may decide, I think I need to cut out dairy all of a sudden, or you know what, I'm just not vibing green beans anymore. So there might just be things that are shifting in your palate, in your diet, and the rest I feel are just feeling pretty good. You're feeling upbeat, you're happy, you're content, physically you're feeling good. And I also see some massages and heating pads, and I hope I'm one of those. Spirituality, you may be trying to compete with others in the spiritual world or comparing yourself to where someone else is spiritually. Don't do that. We all are on our own timetable for growth. It's not something you can rush. And some of you may be traveling to a spiritual retreat or an event and connecting with like-minded people. So that feels really exciting. And I know that's something that I'll be doing in the next couple of weeks. So that wraps up this week's intuitive messages. let me get to tonight's caller. I have Graciela out of San Juan, Puerto Rico. How are you? Puerto Rico, not Puerto Rico. How are you?
Hello, hi, I'm fine. Thank you. What about you?
I'm doing pretty good. How can I help you this evening?
Well, I was my doubt is about I'm unemployed, right? And like project like I developed.
Graciela, I'm sorry, but can you repeat yourself? Our call is breaking up and you were fading in and out. The one thing I did hear was something about you're currently not employed, but I didn't hear anything else of what you said.
I wanna develop like some spiritual teachings or spiritual work related to emotional healing. And well, I want to know more about.
You want to know more about that? Is that what the last part of your sentence
Yes.
was? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, you are in a very spiritual time right now, and um, so I'm not surprised to hear you saying that this is kind of what you're feeling and what you want to experience and what you want to look into. I really do feel like you are already in a position where you could possibly share your light and your happiness through your own spiritual healing and development that you've done over the years. Now, I feel like you're still in a little bit of a transition phase where you're kind of trying to figure out exactly what your gifts are and how you're going to share that. Um, but at the same time, I feel like you already have a good idea, because the thing that I really feel like sets you apart right now is you have this insane amount of resilience and strength and positivity of basically helping other people not get sucked into seeing the worst, right? Especially with things going on in Puerto Rico. It's a challenging time for everyone. And I really feel like you could be paying it forward and assisting people that are really struggling right now. And I think that you could do it through a combination of things where not only are you doing it by helping people emotionally and spiritually, but you're incorporating ways to actually bring the community together to, I feel like, whether it's like growing your own food or repairing things or setting up a community center for the kids. And then I just feel like there's so many things that you could do. Is there any one direction that you feel more guided towards?
Yes, I'm into tarot and astrology also.
So the tarot, I feel like you pretty much have that nailed down. I don't feel like you need to do really much of anything except for actually doing sessions for people. And I feel like you need to just put it on social media, maybe put out a group on. If you're feeling, I feel like right now you're feeling a little insecure about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what I would recommend is, I know when I was going through a similar process with my business, I just did a bunch of free stuff for like an entire month so that I could build my confidence up. I basically did donations. So I told all my friends to tell their friends that I didn't know that I would do some readings for free. And I would do it either for a testimonial so that I would be able to get more referrals, or do it for a love donation. And I feel like you need to do something similar with the tarot. A matter of fact, I feel like, do you live like near resorts and hotels?
Yeah, yes.
So I kind of feel like you could have a connection with someone at one of these hotels where you would be able to maybe just sit in the lobby with a little sign, and do some readings, and just say $10, $15, something like that. You just need to put yourself out there. Right now you're doing too much thinking.
Yeah, I know. I'm paralyzed.
Yeah, you're just stuck in your head about it. But I really feel like, I just feel like if you take an action step and put yourself out there, it's going to happen so much more quickly than you can even imagine right now. You just need to
Wow,
do
thank
it.
you.
I mean, and
Okay.
when I say quickly, like honestly, I feel like if you got up tomorrow and you went outside to like one of these resorts, or you went somewhere and you just whatever, set up a little table outside in the neighborhood and just say, hey, I'm doing some free tarot readings, or at a farmer's market or something. I think it will take off for you, and that's going to build your confidence, and that's what you need right now. You need to feel confident. The astrology side of things, I feel like you know a lot, but I feel you need more tools in order to actually do it more easily. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
feel like you're doing a lot of it by hand.
Mhm. Yeah, totally.
Um, if you do, if you just start doing some readings for donations, I feel like you can make enough money where you would be able to buy some software or get. I know now they have a lot of online websites where you can just have access to like the planetary alignments. I think it would make your life easier, and you would be able to afford to pay for that service, so that whenever you're doing someone's chart, you could just punch in their information and it automatically does it for you electronically, instead of you trying to do everything on your own.
Oh, okay. Awesome. Right.
Um, I'm just seeing what else I'm picking up when it comes to your. Have you noticed at all? I feel like, have you? I feel like your maybe some mediumship abilities are coming online for you. Have you noticed anything unusual in the way that maybe you're seeing or feeling or perceiving or hearing things, like thoughts in your head that you're kind of questioning?
About what? Sorry.
Mediumship
If I
abilities, I feel like, I'm sorry, what?
no, sorry.
So mediumship abilities, I feel like spirit, maybe somebody from the other side, I feel like they're trying to communicate with you. And I'm wondering if you've started experiencing any sort of telepathy where you're hearing, um, the thoughts in your head that you're questioning whether or not they're yours, and whether you are seeing things, visually, as in, oh, literally with your eyes, but through your third eyes, where it's kind of like visions. And I feel like you have some mediumship abilities that are coming online. Are you experiencing any of that yet? Okay. Yay, technology. It's awesome. And at the same time, with this energy into the planet, and there's been like CMEs and all kinds of stuff off the sun, it definitely affects all electronic stuff. So it's not just your crappy service provider. Are you back, Graciela?
Yes, I can hear you right now. Yes, I'm here.
Did you hear anything I said at all at the end there?
No, I didn't hear anything.
Okay. So I was asking because I feel like you have some new psychic abilities coming online for you that are connected to telepathy and being able to do medium work, where you're able to communicate with past, souls. And I feel like spirit and some souls are trying to communicate with you. And I was curious if you were starting to experience any sort of telepathy where you're having thoughts in your head that you might be questioning whether or not they're yours.
I don't understand that much the question, but if I'm seeing some unusual things related to the spirit world.
Yes, so that's what I'm asking is, I feel like you have other abilities that are coming online for you. So besides tarot and like intuition and psychic abilities, I feel like you're able to see spirits. You're seeing these energies and you're seeing spirits that are trying to communicate with you. So you need to pay attention to your thoughts because they're not always your own. They're actually trying to communicate with you.
Okay.
Right? So you would be
Yeah.
able to, so I feel like you need to work on engaging and understanding that, because that will help you do other sort of sessions, because then you can connect people with their loved ones who have passed away.
Okay. Got it.
Don't be afraid. There's lots of positive energy coming around you right now. You're just going to be growing so quickly spiritually over the next several months. Like I said, put yourself out there, because that's how you're going to build your confidence, and that's what's going to be important so that you can start creating a living off of this, and then you won't have to work a 9 to 5. Well, Graciela, thank you so much for calling in. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I will see you next week. Bye.